just be with this council meeting today, Father. Guys, pray that you just guide us, Father, to better your kingdom and God, just better the tribe, Father. God, we just thank you for all these things on the cross. Amen.
Shelley, will you call the roll?
Jack Hester.
Here.
Riley Buster.
Here.
Doug Burns. Juliet Miller. Here. Jody Fisher-Cox.
Here.
Janelle Fulbright.
Present.
John Garvin. Ricky Hargis.
Present.
Tina Corey Jordan.
Present.
Luke Keener.
On me.
Nick Lay.
Here.
Curtis Snell.
Here.
Denise Taylor.
Here.
David Thornton.
On me.
Victoria Esquez.
Honey.
David Walkinston.
On me.
Kevin Allen Watson.
Honey.
We do have a quorum.
Okay. Has everybody had an opportunity to review the meeting minutes of June 16th, 2014? And if so, do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion by Jack and a second by Lee to approve the minutes. Are there corrections? All those in favor can signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. We'll now have the State of the Nation by Principal Chief Bill John Baker.
OCO. And welcome to the July council meeting. They're in the Cherokee Nation news of this month and highlights of just a few things. I was down at the Intertribal Council of the 5 civilized tribes when I got a text at the podium, but it was worth repeating that Todd Hambry and Vicki Hamvey and a group from the Cherokee Nation did a bang-up yeoman's job of negotiating the settlement for the contract support costs of the Cherokee Nation. Some $29.5 million will be paid to the Cherokee Nation that they had shorted us over the last several years. And I think Todd Hambry. This last week, we celebrated the 175th anniversary of the signing of the Act of Union of the Cherokee people. The early settlers and the Trail of Tears people and the Treaty Party all came together to say we would be one strong nation here in Indian Territory. It was a great time on the courthouse square and something of much significance to us. We continue to partner with first responders around the Cherokee Nation, and 2 weeks ago we gave over $450,000 divided up among 129 volunteer fire departments because they are our lifeline in the Cherokee Nation. They're the first at most rural accidents. They're the ones that run toward danger instead of away from it. And if the field's on fire and it's coming toward any citizen's house, Cherokee citizen or Oklahoma citizen, those are the folks that are there to save life, limb, and property. It's been a great partnership with the fire departments, and it just keeps getting bigger and better and much needed, much appreciated. We have contributed substantial monies of late for infrastructure needs in various communities, a water treatment system in Locust Grove, a highly traveled bridge just outside of Adair, Oklahoma, an expanded water line in Muskogee County, and law enforcement in Cherokee County. These are great partnerships that we can all be proud of that protect, give life-giving water to our citizens, and makes us the kind of partner that that is the Cherokee way. We received a $3.7 million Department of Labor grant to retrain displaced workers within our region. Our health department stepped up this last week to help Claremore Indian Hospital by agreeing to receive their ICU patients as their ICU was temporarily closed down or the services were suspended for a short, hopefully they open back up. And last but not least, I am pleased to stand here today and tell you that the paperwork is done, the business lease has been approved, and as soon as next week, a casino will go in South Coffeyville, Oklahoma. At this time, I have some extremely special recognitions that is truly my honor and privilege to recognize. The first one is Dennis Sixkiller, a true friend of mine, a fellow marble player. But we want to recognize Dennis not for his fantastic marble play, but for celebrating his 10th year anniversary as the host of Native Voices. Native Sounds radio program week in and week out for the last 10 years. He has made this program, which airs locally and is streamed worldwide on our web page. Dennis does a great job of sharing our language and our culture to many, many audiences. He gets calls from far and away places telling him how much he appreciates that. Now, he gets a little excited at ball games, but he's done a great job. Dennis, if you would please come forward. And I'm told that Dennis almost didn't come tonight because he had a language class in Locust Grove. But he teaches Cherokee. He's a true citizen of the Cherokee Nation and believes in what he does. And I should have probably mentioned that his niece sits on the tribal council. Victoria Vasquez. Also, it's with great pride that I asked Darrell Legg to come forward. As many of you know, some of you might not, the White House has named our employee and Cherokee Nation citizen, Darrell Legg, as a champion of change. His work in our reentry program for former felons. Darrell runs the tribe's reentry program for the foreign felons. It's called Coming Home, and has helped dozens of men and women back into the workforce and society. He has led by example and helps tribal citizens get their life back on track. And I truly believe that somebody messes up, they shouldn't get a life sentence in the Cherokee Nation.
You know, I just want to thank God I'm a member of a sovereign nation. You know that whenever you get out, you never quit doing time. And if it wasn't for this tribe to embracing me and allowing me to shine, I'd be in prison again today. You know, and I just appreciate the second chance and the third chance.
At this time, I'm going to read a list of citizens that were with us last month that are not with us this month. Richard Campbell of Salisaw, Cody Fields of Fort Smith, Martin Foreman of Jay, Mary Grass of Veneta, Summer Hall of Wagner, Marty Hardbarger of Stillwell, Leah Henning of Salisaw, Jeremiah Henson of Tahlequah, Connie Pritchett of Tahlequah, Rebecca Hooper of Tahlequah, Brandon Hestwood of Tahlequah, Jerry Huddleston of Tulsa, Todd Hutchinson of Tahlequah, Mary Ann James of Salisaw, Jerry Jumper of Tahlequah, Benny King of Grove, Reba Kinsey of Salisaw, Jimmy Leaf of Salisaw, Samuel LeGrand of Grove, Cameron Lozier of Stigler, Aaron McClanahan of Tahlequah, Aaron Morris of Pryor, Richard Reese of Muskogee, Michael Scott of Claremore, John Tillery of Siloam Springs, Connie Todd of Tahlequah, Carrie Adair of Tahlequah, Pam Emerson of Ocholela, and Virginia Jenny Fox of Bartlesville. Does the council have others? Please.
Donna Stapp of Redding, California.
Thank you.
Lloyd Miller of Sperry, Kenneth Haynes of Claremore, and Agnes Bobo of Owasso.
Thank you. Yes, Jody.
Evelyn Daisy Manners of Westfield. She'd have been 90 on the 26th. She's our secretary back here at the end.
Yes, Janelle.
Jesse Ray Shepherd of Salisaw.
Loretta Duncan Ernest of Stillwell.
If we could have a moment of silence for these souls. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the Cherokee Nation.
Okay, we'll now have the Cherokee Warrior Veterans Awards by Joe Crittenden, our Deputy Principal Chief.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, Tribal Council. Tonight, it's my privilege to have a small part in honoring 3 veterans for their service to this country. I'm going to start off with Jackie Dan England. Jackie, would you come down, sir? I need the at-large council members, Mr. Baker, Jack Baker, and Ms. Coates, please come down and help with this. Jackie Dan England was born in 1942, and he's the oldest of 6 children born to Dan and Mary Ellen England. He is also the 9th great-grandson of Nancy Ward, beloved woman of the Cherokee. In 1961, Jackie graduated from Buffalo Valley High School, and 2 years later he joined the United States Navy. After basic training, he was assigned to serve aboard the USS Valley Forge, a newly modified aircraft carrier, for a new role as an amphibious assault ship. It would be his home for the next 4 years. In 1964, the Valley Forge was deployed to the Tonkin Gulf, where North Vietnamese torpedo boats attacked 2 American destroyers. For 57 tense days, the Valley Forge, along with other ships, stood ready on the Vietnamese coast. In 1965, Jackie decided to take some leave and go home for a few days. Leave was short-lived, as Jackie received a telegram on the 16th of August, which he still has today, ordering him to return to the ship immediately, which resulted in another trip to Vietnam. In 1967, he was issued an honorable discharge. Jackie Dan England earned the following medals: the National Defense Service Medal, the Vietnam Service Medal, 3 Bronze Stars, and the Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal with device. In 1977, Jackie became a police officer back in Tallahassee and has been the community's chief of police for the last 34 years. And Jackie, thank you, sir, for your service to this great country.
We're his sisters, he calls us Phoebes.
Yeah, but I'd like to thank the Cherokee Nation for this honor, and it's a great honor for me to be up here. Thank you.
Our next veteran tonight is Benjamin Ewing. Benjamin, would you come down, sir? And from the Rogers and Tulsa County area, I need Carrickau and Watts and Lee Keener to come and help with this, if you would. Corporal Benjamin Ewing was born in Tulsa in 1984 to Danny and Monta Ewing. After graduating from Owasso High School in 2003, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. After completing small arms repair school in Baltimore, he reported to Marine Corps Security Force Company at the Naval Submarine Base in Bangor, Washington. From 2004 to 2007, he supervised the armory that kept the Marines equipped and able to perform their high security operations on a base that houses some of America's most strategic assets. While stationed there, he became close with a fellow Cherokee from Tahlequah, Corporal Steve Knott. Ben was honorably discharged on November the 9th, 2007. Ben now resides in Owasso and attends Oklahoma State University, where he is majoring in marketing and operations management. Benjamin, thank you, sir, for your service to this country.
Grandma, you got warrants, but it's okay. You get your time.
I just want to thank the veterans who have come before me, who have come after me for this, the council, thank you for that. And just a few guys I served with, one, my buddy Josh, he left with us, but he didn't make it back, and I just think about him and his family all the time. My buddy, Sergeant Willis, and they're just my rock guys, and all the guys I served with, just thank them, and just thank the council for recognizing me and my family. I love you all, and thanks for being crazy enough to make me want to join the Marine Corps.
And our last veteran tonight is another gentleman that I'll need Councilman Baker and Councilman Lady Julia Coates to come down and help with this, please. He is Russell Rusty Grass. Come down. Russell James Grass was born at the Claremore Indian Hospital in 1943 to Thomas and Ella Grass. He and his family lived on their farm east of Locust Grove. He attended Oaks Indian Mission School and graduated in 1962. That same year, Rusty enlisted in the U.S. Navy. After basic training, he went on to attend the Navy Supply School and was assigned to the USS Castor, a supply ship that was home-ported in Yokosuka, Japan. For 2 years, Rusty visited many port cities in the Far East. The Castor was on a resupply voyage to the Tonkin Gulf to meet the USS Turner Joy and the USS Bonhomme Richard when several Vietnamese gunboats opened fire on the two ships at the start of the Vietnam War. Rusty was reassigned to a repair ship, the USS Markham. He completed his 4-year tour of duty on the Markham and was honorably discharged in 1966. His final rank was Petty Officer First Class. Rusty had a 47-year career with the Pacific Gas and Electric Company in San Francisco as a line construction foreman, and he recently retired to golf and watch baseball, and he said something about the world's greatest weather out there. So anyhow, Rusty, thank you, sir, for your service to this country. That's all I have, Madam Speaker.
Okay, thank you. Janelle, do you have something?
Yes, I do,
Pick it
Madam
up.
Speaker. We have 4 items here that we would like placed on the agenda tonight. A resolution authorizing the submission of a special grant application from the Health Committee. And we have 3 items here from the Community Service Committee. And I would like for all of those to be placed on the agenda tonight, and I put that in the form of a motion.
We have a motion and a second to amend the agenda, which would make them 6, 7, 8, and 9. Are there, have we got some more? No, let's start right here. Yeah,
6, 7, 8, 9.
yes. Do we have questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. We'll make this 6, 7, 8, and 9 at the end of our agenda then. Seeing no unfinished business, we'll go ahead and move into committee reports. Our first report will be by our Housing Authority Executive Director, Gary Cooper.
Madam Speaker, members of the council, good evening. It was just a few, hasn't been that long ago since we met last, and I gave you an update in committee. So I will try to be very, very brief this evening because I know that you've had a very long day. This month's regular Housing Authority Board meeting will be this coming Thursday at 5:30. That is Thursday the 17th at our offices in Tahlequah. I continue to get some stuff and get prepared to go to our 5th session of negotiated rulemaking. We made a lot of progress last month. We hope to continue that momentum as we head into our 5th and 6th sessions the end of this month and next month. I think we can make some progress on that. I also want to be sure to mention that we will once again be accepting college housing assistance applications. That is for NAHASTA eligible students who are attending college, and it can be used for housing assistance. And we will take those applications August 1st through the 15th at any of our offices. Those applications are currently available at this time, and they are also available online. If anyone would like to get a head start on those, they can be found on both the Cherokee Nation's website and the Housing Authority's website at www.hacn.org. And there are some qualifications for that program because it is a NAHASTA-assisted program. Before closing, I want to mention that in conjunction with Amaran Risk Management Corporation, we are able to continue to be able to offer with Amaran affordable homeowners insurance to nearly 2,500 families on their privately owned homes. And with that, I will answer any questions you have.
Councilor Watts?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I failed to get to this. I was trying to rush through my questions in committee.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of our time. So we've completed 75 homes as of the report in our packet.
I believe that is the.
Home construction.
I believe that's the case. If I'm not mistaken, I think that is counted through, no, I think through May.
Through May. And then.
Is that correct? I
And
believe.
then the other question, so there's 1,862 applications pending. It's May.
Yeah, as of the end of May, and that doesn't include the 200, I think there's a little over 200, I think there's 209 under construction right now today. Yeah, there is somewhere around 1,000 plus applications, 1,400, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the question's kind of been asked to me because folks are in my area are a little bit frustrated. So what do you think your goal is per year then when you're fully up to speed and such?
That's a really difficult question to ask because we do give first preference to those families who own their own land. And of course, a lot of times families who think they own their own land do not actually own their own land. There's some issues that have to be taken care of, whether it be quiet title, whether it be a probate, Whether there be other issues. We've also found several pieces, that unfortunately we've had to turn down because it's located in a flood zone or in a floodplain or a flood area or
All
something.
in my district too. Come on, Gary.
Take that up with FEMA. No,
Very good.
I can. We pull FEMA's
Well, I
flood
think
maps.
they're frustrated because the news release says that it's not tied by federal program dollars and stuff, and so then
No.
the response back that it is, and
But,
there's these.
well, it's not necessarily. It is, we do get a government-backed loan on it. So we have to be able to borrow the money for it.
Okay.
And, we
Well, that's
can't,
what I
we
thought.
can't loan money on
News
property.
release or press release came out, so.
We can't loan money on property that's located, that has the potential to flood because we'd have to carry flood insurance.
And so, thank you.
On
Thank
it.
you, Madam Speaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Other questions? All right, thank you, Gary.
Thank you, ma'am. Y'all have a good evening.
Our next report will be by, I see Chuck Garrett there, in for Sean Slayton this month. And this would be Cherokee Nation businesses. Thank you, Chuck.
Good evening, Madam Speaker, Council. I am standing in for Sean, who is on a well-deserved vacation and will be returning at the end of the week. He did leave me with a good month to report on, I will say that. We had a very strong month on all fronts of the business. C&B consolidated net income for the month of May was $10.1 million. That was a favorable result to budget by almost 7%. C&E, the gaming subsidiary, the EBITDA was $18 million and was $2.5 million favorable to budget. So some strong financial performances. In terms of contributions to the nation beyond the dividend, retail sales for the month of May were $325,000. The liquor excise tax contribution for the month of May was just shy of $21,000, for a total of $346,000 beyond the dividend. Beyond the financial results, the businesses were also busy with tourism and other activities within the jurisdiction. We are currently offering free lunch bags throughout July or through July while supplies last to guests who visit the John Ross Museum. Something to enjoy. We were also pleased to join the Cherokee Nation and the Dwight Mission officials in announcing a pledge of $120,000 to help preserve the nearly 100-year-old schoolhouse and Dwight Mission. It's a nice event there, I understand. And the Cherokee Casino and Hotel in West Siloam recently partnered with the Oklahoma Blood Institute, holding a community blood and bone marrow drive. So we've had a number of our employees throughout the businesses giving back to the community and volunteer in ways of volunteering and other contributions. So we're proud of our employees when we see that sort of outreach to our communities and our fellow tribal citizens. Jobs, currently employment at CMB is 4,586 employees. Total Cherokee percentage at this date is 73.4%, with other Native employees being 7.1%, for a total of 80.5% Native employees. So very proud of that number, and of course continue to work very hard to make certain that that's a focus as we staff our businesses. Madam Speaker, that concludes my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions that any counselors have.
Do we have any questions? All right. Joe,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you
Good
very
report.
much. Appreciate it.
We're moving on to old business. Seeing none, we'll move into new business. Victoria, will you take number 1?
Sure. This is Resolution 14-04A, and it's authorizing the approval and submission of the Cherokee Nation Forest Management Plan to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Do I have questions? All those in favor, could signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Ayes have it. Okay. David, will you take number 2, David Thornton?
Thank you.
Yes.
This resolution, it's authorizing the submission of a special grant application from the U.S. Department of Interior, Energy and Mineral Development Program. And I want to make a motion to approve this.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I believe Janice made that second. Are there any questions, comments?
I do have a comment.
Yes, Janice.
I've got a hydropower dam about a mile from my house, and I have a coal-fired plant about 10 miles from my house, and I much prefer the hydro. It's very clean energy and provides a lot of jobs in our district, so I'm happy to see us moving forward with this.
Any other comments or questions? All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it. Moving into the Rules Committee, Victoria, again, will you take number 3?
14-062, it's a legislative act amending LA 10-11, making technical amendments to the Cherokee Nation Gaming Act. Put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second by Don.
By acclamation.
Yes. Any questions? All those in favor can signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
That would be Mr. Lay?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Looks like then I don't think there's a need to take a roll call. Looks like it passes. That moves us into Executive and Finance Committee.
Okay.
We'll have Jody. Jody, you go ahead and take the next 2. You want to go ahead?
Okay.
The purpose of this amendment is to authorize and approve the use of funds, subject to the availability of funds.
Sorry about that.
Changing the amounts of certain cost centers approved in the comprehensive capital budget of Act of fiscal year 2014. The cumulative total of the capital budget is increased by $382,739 for a total capital budget authority of $103,436,851. I move for its approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
By acclamation.
Okay, by acclamation. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That passed. So let's go on to the next one. Counselor Lay, would you like to do that one?
Yes, ma'am. An act amending Legislative Act 21-13, authorizing comprehensive operating budget for fiscal year 2014, Mod 10, and declaring an emergency. I move for its approval.
Second. By acclamation.
Any discussion? Okay. We have this up for acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Counselor Lay, you want to take the next one also?
That'd be number 6.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am. From Health Committee, a resolution authorizing submission of a special grant application. Move for its approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Madam Speaker,
Yes,
I'd like to be added as a sponsor, please.
all right. Anybody else want to be added as a sponsor? Ms. Shelley, add Don Garvin, please. This is the resolution from the Health Committee. We have a motion and a second, and we're going to do this by acclamation. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, this measure passes. Okay, number 7. Ms. Fish and Hawk, you want to do number 7?
This is a resolution certifying compliance with 24 CFR. And I move for its approval.
Second.
We have approval and a second. Any discussion? Yes.
Chair, I'd like to be added as co-sponsor.
Counselor Garvin added as a sponsor. Anyone else want to be added? Okay. We'll do this by acclamation. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Measure passes. Okay. Number 8. Counselor Buzzard, would you like to take that one?
Yes, this is a resolution adopting standards for the Housing Rehabilitation Program. I move for its approval.
Second.
We have a motion for approval and a second. Any discussion? Counselor Garvin, you want to be added?
Yes, please.
Please add Counselor Garvin as a sponsor. Okay. We'll do this by acclamation also. Anybody, all in favor, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This resolution passes. Number 9, Janice, would you like to take this one?
It's a resolution authorizing the appropriation of $250,000 of housing rehabilitation funding for FY 2015 to match the ICDBG application, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Counselor Garvin?
Yes. Be added as co-sponsor.
All righty. Add Counselor Don Garvin as a sponsor. Any discussion? We'll do this by acclamation. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Resolution passed. Do we have any announcements? Yeah.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. We're going to have a topping out ceremony at Oshaleta Clinic tomorrow at 2. I've been told there's going to be a barbecue at 12:30, but I can't guarantee that. Thank you.
I have an announcement, a tentative announcement. We think we've got the date set to have a ribbon cutting ceremony over on the Nycut Road. And if plans work out, we're going to have light refreshments, sandwiches, and snacks at the Nycut Community Building. And the ribbon cutting will be at 11:30 and eat directly afterwards. And if you don't know how to get there, you can always send me an email and I'll get you the directions. Hope everybody can come. July 22nd, if it all works out, 11:30 a.m.
I have a comment, Madam Chair.
Yes.
I had an opportunity to go to the Intertribal Council meeting over the week. And as I was coming back, I stopped by Sulphur and had a chance to look at their Chickasaw Culture Center.
Oh, that's fine.
Truly, truly amazing on what they have done there. And when I look at where we were back in the 70s at our Cherokee Heritage Center, where we are today, we're very, very behind where we need to be. And talking with the speaker here and some of the board members, we recommended to the board that they downsize because it's really difficult to deal with 20 members of the board when they're no longer that involved in our Heritage Center. I've spent a lot of time there back when I was in college, working part-time. I was in a drama. I was, mowing the grass, and we really let that place go down significantly. And if we get some of these board members to step down and where we're going to finance some of this, because remember, even though we're not in total control of that place, it still has our name Cherokee on there. And when people come to Tahlequah to visit, they'll go to the Heritage Center, and they think we actually run that place. And we don't have that much control over it. Of course, we give some contributions to it, so I'm just giving you guys an update. I'm going to do a little bit more due diligence, and I think it's about time that we address the issue of getting our Heritage Center back to par where it needs to be. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good comment. I have one comment on that myself. Councilor Byrd and I are in agreement. We'd like to see the drama brought back, and I understand the Chickasaws spent $35 million on their cultural center, so it's a goal to be achieved. Without any, yes, Councilor Wagensteck.
Comment. Today is the birthday of one of our council ladies. Is which one is it? No, it's this young beautiful lady here, Miss Janice Taylor. And we're gonna sing happy birthday to her before we get out here. Okay, is everyone game? All right, here we go. On three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Denise. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
That was better tune, wasn't it?
It was better this time.
That was bad notes coming out.
I sang bass this time.
There you go. You're better.
It should be noted, Madam Speaker, that Mr. Walkenstick and Ms. Hargis' birthdays are next week, and he's celebrating us.
Really?
Hey, my birthday's all month. It's all good.
They're the same age.
Yeah, same age.
All three of them.
Our next council meeting is, yes. Councilor Thornton.
Well, you know.
I didn't see you down there.
Yeah.
Your hand up.
Okay, I just wanted to relate to Mr. Byrd that I sure do back him on the Heritage Center. Another thing is, I was down at the Five Tribes, and it's been several years since the Five Tribes have been together, and the camaraderie down there was just great. I've never seen it that way before. Also, the number of people that attended that meeting was the biggest that I've seen. It was great down there, being with our other brothers down there. We almost got us another casino. Our chief, Bill John Baker, traded to Gorget. Well, not actually trade, but gave. And Governor Anatubby didn't go for it. He wouldn't give us his casino. But it was very interesting to listen to his answer. But I really enjoyed myself with those people down there. And, you couldn't went to a better place. That casino down there is supposed to be the largest casino in the world. And it is beautiful. And they have a lot to be proud of down there. And I just wanted to kind of relay that message to people. Thank you.
Okay. Any more announcements? Okay, our next meeting will be August 11th. We have a motion for adjournment?
Motion adjourned.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned.
I don't know.